9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey you beautiful buccaneers, Falcore here, so let's talk forts. You all know what forts are. They're those depressing land structures that are dotted all over the land. Here, 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 and here. There used to be a time when forts were quite an uncommon thing. Forts would spawn every 2 to 3 hours and stay persistent until someone defeated them. There was a lot less forts that could be active, which was recently changed to include all the fort structures in the content update Shrouded Spoils. Fuck! But during this update, with the inclusion of the skeleton fleet encounters, this process in which forts spawned changed. Because of the huge increase in forts, forts would spawn far more regular than before, and if nobody engages them, they despawn and make room for another one, or a skeleton fleet. Which nobody does. This essentially removed the server-wide need for a fort. I mean, if the fort has a ship at it battling the encounter, what's the point with the hassle? Just wait until they're done and go to the next one. You big wussy. Forts have just become another cloud in the sky these days, and don't really offer much in-game enrichment anymore. A fort used to be a feared encounter where several ships would fight over the loot that lay inside, but now, at least in my experience, soloing a fort is almost as easy as a merchant mission. We need a better fort. We need to drive people to interact not only in an aggressive manner, but also on the rare occasion, in a friendly one. The fort that resides in Devil's Roar, Molten Sands Fortress, is about as rewarding as an ashtray on a motorcycle. Ask anyone who has defeated this fort and they will agree. It offers twice the difficulty for an incredibly small increase of a reward compared to a regular fort. When I see this fort pop, I just point my finger at it and say, "Not today!" So let's change it. Let's evolve this fort into something everyone wants to do. Let's make it so this fort is not spawned by default like other forts. Let the player themselves activate this fort by using mechanics already present in the game. At this new fort, there will be a summoning table very similar to the one seen in the Revenge of the Morningstar Tall Tale. Placing certain items here will activate this fort. But how do you get these items? Remember these clouds? The skeleton fleets? Yeah, the ones nobody ever bothers with now because it's a huge resource eater and can take a long time to complete without the right strategy. Yes, those ones. Let's make them useful again. When traveling to these ship fleets, you take on waves of ships as you normally would, but on the final wave and defeating the skeleton captain, his ship drops 2 new items. I did try to Photoshop some really awesome items to put my point across, but I ran out of time, so for a placeholder, let's just call them a banana and a ruby splashtail. Once you have these items alongside the loot from the skeleton ships, you can then travel to the Devil's Roar and place these items at Molten Sands Fortress on the new summoning stones. Once done, a new skull cloud spawns for the whole server to see, and a very loud horn plays which can be heard across all the lands, signifying the activation of the Mega Fort.
Oh my god! Oh! No! Get the camera!
The fort itself will operate similar to a regular fort, with 9 to 10 waves of skeletons. But once you vanquish these minions, a generic skeleton lord spawns, with powers and a health pool similar to the ones we see in Tall Tales. Once you defeat this final boss encounter, he spawns 2 things. A very nice shiny skull worth a large amount of money, and a scroll. The scroll will act like a physical object and can be dropped or even stolen, but on this scroll lies a clue system. What do you need this clue system for? The vault has now changed from a sparse room to a puzzle vault similar to the one seen in Tall Tales. Using the clues found on the scroll, you will be able to unlock this vault and you are rewarded with a new type of chest. This chest is worth anything from 25,000 to 40,000 gold. But the danger does not stop there. Once you take this chest, it activates the fort's volcano, which means you and your crew will have to perform a mad dash back to your ship and get it on board safely before departing.
But wait, there's more!
Once this chest is on your ship, the skeletons know it has been stolen, and a skeleton ship can spawn on you and your crew to try and stop you from taking it. On top of all this, because this fort will be a high demand, you shall also be dealing with other crews trying to snatch the prize from you at any time. So let's see what this new fort idea offers. It will bring increased natural PvP encounters to adventure mode, it will introduce a new reason to defeat the skeleton fleets, and also a reason to steal the reward. It will utilize present mechanics to enable a huge world event. It will also encourage the fleet system to help bring some crews together, to either steal or aid in the encounter. And, it's just f***ing awesome. Now, I know there will be a lot of you protesting that this fort is too hard and or takes too much of your time, but that's kind of the point. The fort will be designed to take up an entire play session, opposed to doing an Athena run or several matches in the arena. The whole point of this new fort is not to give us something new to do, but to help breathe life into adventure mode and bring us a persistent PvP threat and goal for those interested in that kind of thing. If you think the idea is too hard or takes too long, then here's the simple answer. Don't do it. The event would come with a host of commendations revolving around the loot, or the stealing of the loot, alongside actions taken during the event. Were you the crew that stole the items needed to activate the fort, or the ones who stole the clue scroll to open the vault? Or did you go from the start to the finish and do everything yourselves? A world event is something that has been needed in Sea of Thieves since its release, and I believe this new event will be the one to move the game forward. What do you guys think of this idea? Please leave your feedback down in the comments below. That's it for today, folks. Thanks very much for watching. If you liked the video, please go ahead and click that like button. And if you really liked the video, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. And hell, click that bell so you're always informed of Sea of Thieves news updates and other general random guff that I might upload. Until next time, everybody, happy sailing. Bye-bye.